Senator Natasha Akpoti's appearance at the IPU yesterday, if critically looked at, was a very, very wrong move. And this is why I say so. So we all saw the video of Senator Natasha Akpoti, at the Interparliamentary Union yesterday, where she, reported the issue she has with the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, to the union. She came there and she talked about what was happening and how it got to where it's, got to, but she left out critical information. Let's listen to the part I want to emphasize on. Then we'll talk about what I feel, happened.
On the 6th of March 2025, I was suspended. As a senator, I was suspended illegally because I submitted a petition of sexual harassment against the President of the Nigerian Senate, Senator Godswill Akpabio. I thought that by submitting the petition, he would recuse himself, and both of us will submit ourselves to the Committee on Ethics, Privileges and Public Petition for a fair and transparent investigation. But unfortunately, I was silenced and I was suspended. I was suspended for 6 months, amongst many other stringent conditions, such as...
So we heard what she said, the reason why she was suspended. She only told the union part of the story, being that she was suspended because she, brought forth a petition, against the Senate President on sexual harassment. But that was not the first thing that caused this whole thing. You did not tell them what actually happened, that it was because of seat reallocation that you were recommended to the Ethics, Privileges and Public Petitions Committee to be investigated. You didn't tell them that you were being investigated and, for possible penalties for misconduct. It was when you were referred, after you were referred to that committee, that you made this sexual harassment allegation against the Senate President. It wasn't at the point of where they referred you to the committee. So you didn't tell them the whole story. That's one part. Then secondly, after your submission, the president of the IPU, she went ahead to tell you that, okay, they've heard your complaints, they've heard what you had to say, and that they have the way they operate. They have their rules also, they have their guidelines, they have their laws, that they would have to hear from the other party before they can have a clear idea of what's happening. So they couldn't just take your own word and act. They would have to hear from the other party, which shows that they also have their own rules, regulations, and all that. The same thing that they have in the Senate where you belong to and you did not adhere to. They told you that they had rules, regulations, laws, and everything that, guides how they allocate seats to senators, which you did not accept. You wanted to sit where you wanted to. You wanted to be in the eye of the camera, as you said, and all that. You did not respect the laws, rules, and everything of your own, the institution where you belonged, the Senate. But they are now telling you that they have their own rules, laws, and how they work. So they would have to hear from the other person. And I didn't see you objecting that, no, madam, just take my own word for it and act on it because I am Senator Natasha. You did not complain. You did not, resist. You did not rebel or anything. You took their laws because they have their laws and they said they would have to work by them, but you didn't want to work with your own. That's that. Now, before I go into the other part where I feel she really, really missed it, where Senator Natasha missed it, I need to take a drink from this cold glass of Zobo before I come to that. Now, we all know that Senator Natasha has taken this case, her suspension and everything case, to the courts in Nigeria here. It's in the High Court, one of the High Courts in Abuja. Now, they've started hearing the case, and I think on Monday, they adjourned the case to the 25th of March, 2025, so that, they can serve all the necessary, because some things happened. They said they the principals or the leaders of the Senate said they didn't get the service and stuff like that. So the court adjourned so that they will be able to be properly served and all that. So it was adjourned to the 25th of March. So the case is coming up again on the 25th of March. It was in court before, but they adjourned. Now, you are a lawyer, Senator Natasha. You are a lawyer. That was what you studied. Even if you are not practicing, that was what you studied in school. And this case is already in court. Why would you take it to another institution, another body, for them to look into the matter? That is sub judice. Now, this is what it all means. The case is being determined in court for a possible outcome. That outcome has not been reached. The case has not been brought to its logical conclusion in the High Court. You've now taken it to another place, to another institution, another body to be looked into. For what reason? Now, what it will now appear is that you are desperate, that you don't believe in the judicial system in Nigeria. You don't believe you will get, justice in the judicial system, that you went to yourself. You are now taking it to another body for them to do what? For IPU, Interparliamentary Union, to do what? What the court is meant to do. Now you've taken it there. Now it means that you have done some things, that the court could use, or the defendants, which is the leadership of the of the Senate, could use against you. Now let me just look at some of those things. The court may hold the plaintiff in contempt, which can lead to fines, imprisonment, a warning or reprimand from the judge, case dismissal, or striking out of claims. If the plaintiff's action seriously prejudices the case, the judge may dismiss the case entirely, strike out certain claims of evidence. Adverse legal consequences. The plaintiff's credibility may be damaged, affecting the outcome of the case. The defendants could use the sub judice violation as a defense or counterclaim. Legal cost and compensation. The court may order the plaintiff to pay the defendant's legal cost if the violation disrupts proceedings. In some cases, the plaintiff may also face damages or compensation claims if their actions cause harm. Media and publicity restrictions. If the plaintiff makes public statements violating sub judice, the court may impose gag order or restrict further public discussions, etc. So many other things. So these are some of the things that the court could do to you, or the lawyers, that's the plaintiff, the leadership of the National Assembly, of the Senate, that's Akpabio and all the people you have a case against. These are the things they could use against you, because you are a lawyer. You are supposed to know. It's not something, if it was someone like myself or other people who are not, learned, like you people say that we are not learned, we don't know the laws and rules and everything, the laws of the land, but Now, you taking the case to the IPU, I don't see how it will help you, because one, they would hear from the leadership of the National Assembly, all of them. Even if they ask other senators, they would have, they will not support you, because we saw what happened during the votes. They didn't support you. They all supported that you should be suspended. If they see the voting pattern, they'll think these people are not stupid. They'll look at it and say, look, out of 109 or 8 senators, about, let's say, 106 or 100 and something, supported your suspension. So what will that say about you? And all the leadership of the Senate, they would also come and say the exact thing that happened, that it was all this stemmed from seat reallocation that you did not accept. And their laws says that the Senate president can reallocate seats, from time to time. So where will all this end? Because those people will not just take your word for it. They've already told you that they will have to investigate themselves. They will have to hear from the other, sources. And also, if the court will look at it, what you've done is prejudice, because the case you took to the IPU is already in court. It's already in court. So looking at all these things, my take is you appear to be desperate. you claim you are fighting for gender equality, the rights of women in different places, offices and stuff like that, in politics and stuff like that. But there is this personal tone of desperation, of victimization that you want to use and stuff like that. A whole lot of things that what you've done or what you're doing presently and going to the IPU and stuff is screaming. It's screaming a whole lot of things. So that's my take. Till I come your way next time, please like, share, follow, and do drop your comments. Doing all this will definitely help make the channel grow. See you all next time. Bye-bye.
Silva Squad Channel.